One of the things we learned super early on when developing this agency is the quality of the people matters so much. Me and Robert can only do so much work. It's all about really having a good team. It's worth watching the How We Hire from Angel List video. I'll link it down in the description. That talks about how we actually book the interviews themselves and what we look for in candidates. In today's video, I want to talk about the actual interview itself. They're normally one call, about 20 minutes long. I like to start with intros first, going back and forth. Normally I ask them where they're based and then talk about their city. If I have any experience there, ask them what it's like. I do some small talk to build some rapport and get the conversation. After that, I ask them a simple question, which is, have you researched the company? Or what would you say Experiment 27 does? This is a screening question, and actually I'm surprised by how many people don't do any research before they jump onto an interview at all. Haven't checked out the site, haven't done anything like that. Almost nobody admits it, but you can tell by their answers, especially if they say something like, can you tell me what you do? Or can you pitch the company to me? If they say something like that, then it's really clear they haven't done their research. And that's a pretty major red flag, especially if they're in a sales type role. So I have them explain what Experiment 27 does. Then I explain or fill in any gaps that they have. They ask questions this whole time. It's a conversation. Then we move to number 3, which is background on them. I'll have their resume pulled up. Usually from AngelList, they have a nice printout of past jobs they've had. So I run through that, but most of it is just asking an open-ended question. I usually ask the cliche question, tell me about yourself. Because if they're prepping interviews, they normally have something prepared there, and it does a pretty good job of covering their backstory. I'm looking for some kind of industry expertise. If I'm hiring them for any sort of gig involving cold email, it's good that they have that kind of background, or PR, whatever it is. It's better to have somebody, in my experience, that has at least a little bit of training rather than trying to train them from scratch. After that, we move to number 4, which is reviewing the job role. I like to go through the process of having very well thought out job descriptions with points that outline exactly what somebody's going to do. So we go through that, and I usually just ask if they have any questions. And normally they've read that description, they have a really good understanding of the job, and then they have questions about that, so I'll answer those there. 3 more left. Number 5 is we ask them for a test. So at the end of the interview, it's always good to get a test so that I get a good idea of what these people do and their skill set. Recently, we're hiring for more cold emailers. So I'll ask them to dig into a cold email that they've sent in the past and send me that campaign. And if they don't have a cold email they've sent in the past, then I'll send them either a client that we have or a client that we want to have, and have them create an email template for us so that I can take a look at it. Then number 6 is the co-founder interview. We believe at X27, what I found works best is having at least 2 people talk to every candidate before they're hired. So after this initial call and they send the test, if all looks good, I'll forward it over to Robert or Patrick or somebody else on the team that's going to be managing them. And then we'll all get on the phone together to discuss at a future date. Then the final step is a trial month. All of our people are hired as contractors, and we like to do reduced rate for the first month to see how they do. And if they do good in that first month, then we bring them up to full rate. Thanks for watching the video. Feel free to like to encourage this type of content on YouTube. Subscribe for more B2B sales training. And if you need marketing support for your digital agency, check out experiment27.com. Thanks.